Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Good morning, everybody. I skipped yesterday. It was a busy enough day, a lot going on in my own life, and as I have said often, if I don't make these things early, after I do my prayers and other things in the morning, the day gets ahead of you. Next thing you know, it's too late at night, and you're tired, and it's game over. You're going to bed. But anyway, I want to talk this morning about something going on in my life. A few weeks ago, I started appearing on Jamie Allman's morning radio show, Allman in the Morning, on 1380 AM. On first it was a Wednesday, now it's on Thursdays at about 9:30 for about half an hour, 20 minutes. Really talk about whatever Jamie wants to talk about. I really don't feel that he'd ever put me on the spot. You know, if there's complicated questions, I would say, well, that question just takes a lot more time to answer than we have time for. And people have to be patient with nuances. But one of the commenters on Facebook, I think it was Vicky, but I'm not certain, talked about when I'm not on mic, I'm much more animated. And that is true. It's absolutely true. Because when I'm not in front of a camera or on mic, I don't have to be more mindful of my words and actions. Because anything that you put out on the media can get dug up and used against you. And the mob wants to destroy people constantly. To bring down anybody they are opposed to is satisfaction in the extreme for the outrage mob. So I tend to be a lot more careful. You know, I can chew my mouth off. I can have a sense of humor and stuff, and that's fine. But if I'm on airwaves or even on this, I try to be a little more mindful. Now this, I give you warnings. You know, if you come here seeking, because you have to seek this out, because this isn't anything of national attention. This is attention to a handful of people who are following these things. Otherwise, I'm just a blip, which is the way I'd like to stay. You know, I like my little acre that God has given me to care for, and I'm trying to help the people I love do the same with their acres of reality. But it's really a wonderful opportunity to talk with Jamie online and then on the airs about issues of faith, culture, politics, really whatever he wants. You know, again, I'm pretty good on my feet, so there are things I've thought through, and you know, I don't mind saying, but I really have to think about that one more, because all I have right now is some gut feelings, and those aren't good for making rational decisions. But that's how the outrage mob works. They work on feelings. People's feelings get hurt, people get insulted, and the outrage mob now destroys you. I mean, isn't that amazing, the reality? They get hurt feelings, you get a ruined life. And they think that's just. They believe that's justice. And it's not. It is the worst form of intimidation out there. I'd like to use the word bullying. Kids bully. Adults intimidate. And I hate people who intimidate. You know, if you're trying to intimidate me, you're going down the wrong path. You know? Especially if it's going to get ugly and violent, that's terrible. Nobody wins. But they believe they do. And because they have, they continue to go back to intimidation. To shut you up, to make you lose your job, alienate you from people you know. It's ridiculous. And they all do it in the name of this moral virtue from our society that's insane. It is completely nuts. So anyway, that's kind of why I tend to be a little bit more restrained and careful about things when I'm talking to Jamie. Or even here, than I would be sitting down at Liz's with a beer with somebody, or talking with like-minded people out in front of church or at a barbecue or whatever. There I tend to be more free with my comments and a little more humorous at times too. I mean, that's one thing the left can't stand. The left can't stand humor. They can't stand being mocked because they're not taken seriously, and they can't stand humor. They get angry at it almost immediately, and their only response is, we will shut you up, silence you, and destroy you. And we hope that all your friends learn that lesson not to mess with us. So Anyway, that's just a little feedback. This really, I don't know what this post was about, anything other than that. Being mindful, you know. I think I'm coming up on the end. Maybe there will be a part 2 of this, because Scott Adams has a good thing about a 48-hour rule for clarification, and I really have tried to adopt that now so as never to give in to the outrage. And I hope you never do either. Peace.